This case takes place in the USA and spans over the 90s, the noughties, and the 2010s. It takes years to build a reputation, but only moments to destroy it. Meet Sean Combs, otherwise known as Puff Daddy and P Diddy. P Diddy was born on the 4th of November 1969. As of today, he is 54 years old. He was born in Harlem, New York, but moved to Mount Vernon in the wake of his father's death. His father, Melvin Combs, was shot dead at the age of 33. His mother, Janice, worked multiple jobs to support him on his own, and he developed a close bond with her. P Diddy attended Howard University, where he found a passion for music, although he left before graduating to pursue a career in the music industry. When he left, he started as an intern at Uptown Records. P Diddy quickly impressed executives with his drive and vision. He moved up to a talent director role, where he helped shape the careers of many artists. In 1993, P Diddy and Uptown Records parted ways, and he founded his own label named Bad Boy Records. His work with artists like Notorious B.I.G. and Faith Evans helped put Bad Boy Records on the map. The label became a powerhouse in rap and R&B. P Diddy's success with Bad Boy catapulted him into the spotlight, and he transitioned into performing under the name Puff Daddy. Known for his ability to reinvent himself, he adopted various nicknames, including P Diddy and Diddy, while expanding his brands into fashion with Sean John, fragrance, and even vodka with Ciroc. His business skills had made him a hip-hop mogul and one of entertainment's most successful entrepreneurs. By 2022, he became a billionaire. His impact on the hip-hop industry has been monumental, yet, as recent allegations surface, his legacy stands on the brink of collapse. The recent allegations have poured in ever since 2023, when singer and P Diddy's ex-lover, Cassandra Elizabeth Ventura, also known as Cassie, filed a federal lawsuit against P Diddy. Cassie was born in 1986 in London, Connecticut. Growing up, Cassie had a passion for music. She was still a teenager when her music career took off, when record producer Ryan Leslie discovered her talent in 2004. Ryan Leslie and Cassie ended up getting together. Her debut single, Me and You, written and produced by Leslie in 2005, quickly became a popular club hit in Germany. Cassie then captured the attention of P Diddy one night whilst he was out clubbing. Shortly after, Bad Boy Records contacted her and signed her up when she was just 19. At the time, P Diddy was 37. At first, P Diddy and Cassie's relationship was strictly professional. He signed her up to a 10-album record deal and appeared to be making all of her dreams come true. Soon after, she made her debut release, making 4th on the US Billboard 200. P Diddy took her under his wing, but as time went on, he began to blur the lines between professionalism and personal life. In November of 2006, he invited her to perform with him at the MTV Europe Music Awards, where he flaunted his extravagant lifestyle. During preparations, her hairstylist and makeup artist mentioned that Diddy was interested in her, hinting at his growing romantic intentions. But Cassie had a boyfriend, and P Diddy was in a relationship with Kim Porter. Although, that didn't stop P Diddy in his forward approach. A little over a year later, P Diddy invited himself to Cassie's 21st birthday, and brought along other influential celebrities from the music industry. They crashed and controlled the party. Allegedly, during an after-party in a hotel suite following Cassie's 21st birthday celebration, P Diddy pulled her into a bathroom and kissed her without her consent. Cassie was incredibly distressed. She quickly left the bathroom, breaking down in tears. She confided in her best friend about the incident, but was far too frightened to tell anyone else. As a young rising star and new to fame, she was susceptible to manipulation, especially from those who had power over her in a professional setting. This incident signaled a deepening of P Diddy's disregard for boundaries and his escalating misuse of power for his own gratification over those in his control. Allegedly, P Diddy kept inviting Cassie to events and purposefully not inviting her significant other. This was an alleged ploy to get access to her alone. One night in 2007, P Diddy insisted on taking Cassie out. When she refused, he allegedly threatened to cancel her record deal. Eventually she agreed, and when he picked her up he was intoxicated and handed her a pill. This was MDMA, and he insisted that she take it. On a trip to Miami, P Diddy reportedly supplied Cassie with large amounts of illegal substances, leaving her more intoxicated than ever before, with the effects lasting the entire weekend. Hoping to maintain his support over her career, she felt pressured to take more and more when he offered it. Following this, P Diddy had intercourse with her. These claims suggest a pattern of control with illegal substances, which were used as a tool to maintain dominance over her, and of course, to take advantage of her in an intoxicated state. Cassie's relationship with her partner ended, and the one with P Diddy, which she never asked for, had officially started. This pattern of control persisted as he purchased a property for her near his own, allowing him to visit whenever he pleased. By 2008, P Diddy allegedly introduced opiates to the equation, getting Cassie hooked. He also allegedly had his staff surrounding her at every step in her life. He even arranged for his medical staff to attend to her, with all assessments and results being directly sent to his email. Cassie had a close bond with her grandfather, who she affectionately called Pop Pop. When P Diddy learned of this, he allegedly insisted that she call him by the same name. He had already taken so much from her, and now he was claiming the cherished name she had reserved for her beloved grandfather. Cassie allegedly became embroiled in his gangster lifestyle, or at least, so it seemed. Allegedly, P Diddy found that his rival, Suge Knight, of Death Row Records, was dining at a restaurant in Los Angeles. He swiftly armed himself with guns that he kept in his safe, and also forced Cassie to hold one, and compelled her to join him on a mission, allegedly intending to kill Suge. Cassie was deeply intimidated by P Diddy, and was exposed to more control over time. Over the years, P Diddy intensified his harmful behavior toward Cassie. He allegedly forced himself upon her in her own home after she attempted to leave him. He even allegedly dangled a friend of hers over a high-rise balcony once. Cassie never went to the police, fearing that it would only provoke him further. She never wanted to become a victim of his alleged gangster mentality. Cassie's decade-long suffering took a huge mental and physical toll on her. In one severe incident in 2009, Diddy allegedly kicked her in the face repeatedly, leaving her bloodied and bashed. His staff hid her in a hotel room afterward, away from P Diddy for her own safety. However, Cassie claims that each time she tried to escape, Diddy's extensive network intervened, with his associates warning her that leaving would only ruin her career. Cassie says that she suffered memory loss from the illegal substances and often felt that she couldn't take it anymore. The forced drug use came hand in hand with another act forced upon her. P Diddy allegedly made Cassie a star in his freak-offs. Freak-off is a term that has become synonymous with P Diddy's parties and is generally comprised of orgies. Allegedly, these orgies involved non-consenting people and sometimes underage participants. Cassie was allegedly required to arrange and take part in sexual acts with male sex workers and other people she knew, while Diddy watched. This reportedly happened in luxury hotels all across the country, sometimes weekly. P Diddy would film these encounters while standing in the corner relieving himself. Cassie pleaded with him to delete the videos, as she was ashamed of what she was being forced to do. He even filmed them on her mobile phone, and when she deleted them, he would recover them. P Diddy allegedly forced her to watch them over and over again, putting her through further humiliation. On one occasion, whilst on a flight, he made her watch them and said to her that she can't escape. And there's more. Her allegation included examples of where P Diddy had become even more sinister and possibly life-threatening to those around Cassie. In 2012, Cassie had slightly broke free of P Diddy for a time and had a romantic relationship with Kid Cudi. In response, P Diddy allegedly orchestrated a severe warning to Kid Cudi, saying that she was still under his control, P Diddy allegedly blew up Kid Cudi's car, and he confirmed Cass's account stating, "This is all true." On the 5th of March 2016, P Diddy allegedly paid a hotel $50,000 to delete footage of him beating Cassie up and throwing a glass vase at her. This left her with many injuries and a black eye. The footage was retrieved by CNN, and it is incredibly hard to watch. Once this footage was released, P Diddy issued an apology, claiming that he was undergoing some personal issues. 2 years later in 2018, Cassie claims that Diddy forced his way into her home and forced himself upon her. She allegedly tried to push him away and said no, but Diddy persisted. This incident was the final breaking point. After around 13 years of freak-offs and psychological and physical abuse, she managed to leave him, knowing that her career was in his hands. This was a sacrifice that she had to make, but she wasn't going to make it lying down. In 2023, Cassie filed a $30 million civil lawsuit for damages, leading P Diddy to settle for an undisclosed amount of money. However, it is reported that the sum of money was substantial. This event opened the floodgates. Now we arrive to the current allegations, but before delving into them, we should first clarify the difference between civil lawsuits and criminal lawsuits. Civil lawsuits address disputes between individuals or organizations, often involving claims for damages. These cases are about liability rather than guilt, meaning the focus is on determining responsibility and compensation for harm. A civil lawsuit can lead to a monetary settlement, but no jail time. In Cassie's case, her suit against P Diddy was a civil matter, where she sought damages for the alleged harm he caused her. Criminal cases, as we know, are brought by the government for offences against society, aiming to prove guilt beyond a reasonable doubt, a higher standard of proof than in civil cases. Penalties can include fines, imprisonment, or other legal consequences. Some argue that the surge of civil suits is just a bid for a payday, which can undermine the credibility of the claims. An early lawsuit was from Joy Dickerson Neal on the 23rd of November 2023. She accused P Diddy of drugging, essaying, and secretly recording her in 1991 when she was a college student. According to the lawsuit, Joy alleges that after a dinner in Harlem, P Diddy drugged her drink and pressured her to smoke, rendering her unable to resist his advances. This, of course, sounds rather familiar. He then allegedly took her to his place where the essay occurred and secretly recorded the crime, with others reportedly viewing the footage. This incident led to severe mental health struggles, career setbacks, and lifelong humiliation. Although she filed a police report in New York and New Jersey, she faced reluctance from others to support her claims due to fear of retaliation.
As the mother of a now 16-year-old.
Mm-hmm. Who I met backstage,
He did?
He's a great young man.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
You represent a lot.
In December of 2023, P Diddy faced another essay lawsuit with new accusations of drugging and participating in the gang rape of an unidentified woman in 2003. This woman was only 17 years old at the time. Later in February of 2024, producer Rodney Little Rod Jones filed a lawsuit against P Diddy in New York. He claimed that he faced unwanted sexual advances by Diddy's associates at his direction and was coerced into engaging with sex workers hired by the rapper. Lil Rod's lawsuit alleges that P Diddy regularly organized sex trafficking parties involving underage women and illegal substances. The lawsuit also suggests that record label executives who turned a blind eye profited from connections to high-profile figures. On the 25th of March 2024, Lil Rod amended his lawsuit to add Cuba Gooding Jr. as a defendant, claiming that P Diddy was grooming him to introduce to friends, including Cuba Gooding Jr. According to Lil Rod, P Diddy introduced him to Cuba on a yacht in the Virgin Islands in January of 2023, leaving them alone in a makeshift studio. Lil Rod alleges that Cuba touched his legs, upper thighs, lower back and shoulders, despite him displaying discomfort. Lil Rod claims that he sustained physical injury, severe emotional distress, and humiliation from the incident and is seeking damages from both P Diddy and Cuba Gooding Jr. But P Diddy's head of operations for these nefarious events was a woman named Christina Coram. Christina is being named as P Diddy's Ghislaine Maxwell. Christina was P Diddy's chief of staff, and she was the organizer and producer of the Women and Substances. P Diddy's son Justin Combs and Universal Music Group CEO Lucian Grange were his errand boys. They would do whatever Diddy commanded. According to Lil Rod, Kirsten instructed Justin Combs to solicit underage girls.
We'll get to that later, alright.
Okay. Now, we need alcohols.
Right.
Alcohols.
Right. Not just one alcohol.
Alcohols.
Right, just
Plurals.
different blend. You need
Blends.
the ladies, you need the booze.
You need some water.
For watering plants?
No.
What?
No, I don't know if guys have noticed this. Like, a lot of ladies drink water at parties. They
Right.
just, so you have, if you don't have what they need, they're gonna leave.
Right.
Gotta
right.
keep them there.
Right.
You need locks on the doors.
Okay, this is sounding kind of dangerous now.
It's a little kinky, but
Yeah.
rock with me. But just
Right.
check it out. You need a lot of heat. A lot of heat. Yeah.
Heat. You mean that physically the place has to be hot?
You don't have no air conditioning.
No air conditioning.
No.
Why is that?
Heat affects the alcohol, and it also affects, like, everybody gets a little bit more comfortable and loose. Builds up a nice little sweat.
That just sounds disgusting. What are you doing?
Depends on the way you look at it.
Homeland Security raided 2 of his properties in March of 2024 due to these allegations. Authorities reportedly discovered bags of narcotics, untraceable guns with drum ammunition clips, and thousands of bottles of baby oil and lube, allegedly used for freak-offs. As LeBron James admitted, ain't no party like a Diddy party.
Oh, hey, everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Over 2024, the allegations have kept flowing in. Some even corroborate Cass's allegations, such as the explosion of Kid Cudi's car. More evidence has been put forward, accompanied by a complaint about that very incident. P. Diddy allegedly threw a Molotov cocktail at the car. On the 16th of September 2024, P. Diddy was arrested in Manhattan after being indicted by a grand jury. The criminal charges against P. Diddy accused him of racketeering, sex trafficking, bribery of witnesses, forced labour, and transportation for prostitution. When P. Diddy tried to apply for bail, he was rejected. P. Diddy's lawyers have argued horrific conditions at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn to support his bail request. This bail request included a $50 million bond, GPS tracking, and limited visitor access. But the US District Judge Andrew Carter rejected the request, citing that these conditions wouldn't sufficiently ensure public safety. When it started to look like P. Diddy might be getting locked away for a very long time, even more allegations came through. A notable one was from Talia Grave, a fashion and beauty influencer. She filed a lawsuit on the 24th of September 2024, accusing P. Diddy and his bodyguard Joseph Sherman of drugging and forcing themselves upon her in a Manhattan studio in 2001. P. Diddy allegedly coerced her into the encounter by claiming that he wanted to discuss her boyfriend's performance as he was employed by P. Diddy's company. She has claimed that she discovered that the attack was recorded and shown to others. Talia alleges that they forced her silence over the years. She claims that they even threatened to use the tapes and other things to take her children from her during a divorce procedure that she was going through. Talia has since come forward, knowing that P. Diddy is in hot water and his power over his alleged victims is deteriorating. Houston-based lawyer Tony Busby has reportedly been approached by over 3,000 alleged victims. The claims were of SA, and they also involve minors. There are many powerful people and many dirty secrets. Of these cases, 120 are being pursued with lawsuits. And of the 120, 25 were children at the time, with one boy being as young as 9. Speculation surrounds the identities of other potential participants of these alleged freak-offs. Numerous celebrities are rumoured to have attended these gatherings. On screen now are a list of names. The list is endless, These may be victims, or perhaps they need to lawyer up. In a recent revelation, lawyer Ariel Mitchell Kidd, who represents multiple accusers, disclosed that she was offered the chance to buy one of Diddy's tapes. According to Mitchell Kidd, she said, "Mr. Coombs was in the tape, and the other person involved is likely even more high profile than him." Mitchell Kidd noted that the person featured in the recording was unaware of being filmed, and that the alleged incident takes place in P Diddy's Atlanta home. This person is reportedly 10 times more famous than Kim Kardashian, and is known for a distinctive scream when taking part in intimacy. Other industry insiders suggest that some individuals have viewed P Diddy's tapes, with Beyoncé allegedly appearing in at least 40 of them. Some insiders claim that Pimp C once threatened to release a tape featuring Beyoncé, but he later died under mysterious circumstances, reportedly from poisoning. A coroner later said that his death was accidental. These parties over the years have adopted the slogan, "Wide Eyes Shut," and mobile phone devices along with other recording devices were typically locked away before the festivities began. Only P Diddy was allowed to film these high-profile celebrities and hip-hop royalty getting their freak on. That was until Jamie Foxx began recording certain parts. It remains unclear if Jamie Foxx was involved in any of the darker aspects, such as exploiting individuals under the influence or involving minors. However, it's rumoured that while filming, he may have encountered something he wasn't meant to see, and back in the day, he may have filmed some of the wrongdoing. Shortly afterward, Jamie Foxx reportedly fell seriously ill, spending a month in the hospital and temporarily losing his ability to walk. The illness was attributed to a tainted Advil, but insiders suggest that too many individuals have experienced accidents after being associated with or a risk to P Diddy. A resurfaced interrogation video from May of 2018 has taken on new significance in light of P Diddy's recent arrest. That year, South African adult film star Jonathan Odie was arrested after an intense incident at the Trump Miami Hotel. According to some reports, Jonathan draped a large American flag over the lobby counter before getting into a shootout with the police, all while ranting about 3 prominent people: Donald Trump, Barack Obama, and P Diddy. Once Jonathan was arrested, he began weaving his rant into a broader, cryptic narrative. His claims spanned Bohemian Grove, the Illuminati, and powerful families who supposedly controlled the world. At first, his statements seemed like the ramblings of a wild theorist. However, he did make some chilling statements, including a prediction about Trump's assassination. He went on to claim that he was a former adult film star and stripper, who was then allegedly manipulated by P Diddy into becoming his slave. Jonathan described engaging in multiple acts with Cassie while P Diddy watched. Jonathan claimed that P Diddy would touch himself while he told him what to do to Cassie. Jonathan also claimed that he contracted herpes during these encounters and intended to sue P Diddy. According to Jonathan, P Diddy allegedly settled with him on the condition that Jonathan returned a compromising tape.
How do I know this?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. How do you know this?
Do you know Sean Combs?
Puff Daddy?
Yeah.
P Diddy, whatever you call himself these days. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he's part of what's called the Boule. The Boule is a branch of the Illuminati.
Okay.
It's the black people. Okay. I'm from Africa, so I'm not a racist.
Okay.
Okay, you're my brother, so I like black people.
Okay.
My mom, I was raised by an African woman in my house. Okay. She was just a servant, but she was she took care of me.
Right.
So I love black people.
Okay.
I had settlement with Sean, okay? And he belongs to that agenda. That's why he's so famous. They land all the contracts. It's his attorneys, which are Mark Garagos and Ben Mercedes. Ben Mercedes worked for Bad Boy Entertainment for 4 years and worked for Hillary Rodman for 5, okay? When I take Sean on the threat of death on me, okay? I don't have it, but I can make it available under secrecy. That means that I wouldn't be liable because I don't want to be getting framed for anything, okay?
All right. Jonathan's statements leave a sense of ambiguity, making it difficult to discern where truth ends and conspiracy begins. One question on many people's minds was who else did he assert his power and influence on? Was he making Harvey Weinstein-type deals with young and up-and-coming artists? The first person who springs to mind is Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber initially signed to Usher when he was young, who then allegedly introduced him to P Diddy. In a video clip, which was originally posted by Bieber to his YouTube channel, he speaks with P Diddy. In the clip, P Diddy says he's having 48 hours with Diddy, and goes on to say, "This is a 15-year-old's dream." What exactly happened over the course of the 48 hours remains uncertain. Justin Bieber went on to attend many of P Diddy's parties. Justin Bieber has yet to comment on the allegations and charges against P Diddy. But according to a recent report, an inside source shared that Bieber is in a hard place mentally, stating, "He had such a history with Diddy, and all these accusations have been difficult to process." The source added that Bieber is prioritizing fatherhood with his newborn son Jack. It is definitely too early to comment on whether Justin experienced forms of abuse when he was making his way through the music industry, or whether he had taken any part in the more seedy aspects of the parties. Only time will tell. And so, what's next? Well, P Diddy's lawyers are desperately trying to ensure the trial goes ahead as soon as possible. On the 9th of October 2024, his lawyer requested a trial in April or May of 2025 for his involvement in the sex trafficking charges. We will have to see how Tony Busby's 120 cases develop and who else will be getting dragged into the alleged serious criminality. It's not often I assert my own opinion, particularly on an open case with no convictions. However, it is hard to see a way forward where P Diddy is acquitted or deemed innocent. The widespread allegations were made independently, yet their details align. They paint P Diddy as an entitled manipulator, controlling and abusive, wielding his power in the most dangerous of ways. Adding to this, the evident nervousness of celebrities when questioned about P Diddy and his parties is also compelling, hinting at the unsettling atmosphere surrounding his influence and his activities.